Hey guys, Road Warrior back here. I'm going to try to help out you guys that are leveling up on the perch. I know a lot of people are freaked out on the fight times, that sort of thing. They have changed. You can have some of these get away from you, but in the vintage you didn't have these marks. I would recommend a 1, 2, 3 spot rotation that I put up on my channel a long time ago. All these marks are fine tuned. Bear with me as I stumble through some of these. These are old spots I used to test back in the day as well, but all these marks you will find very accurate, especially with the Nile Chaser. Um, and then here's spot 3. I would avoid the waterfall again in this particular situation. Just do a 1, 2, 3 spot rotation. When you've got 2, 3 uniques or whatever your bag's full or whatever you're wanting to do, then simply just spawn back to the dock, start over 1, 2, 3. I would avoid that waterfall. Also for the setup, just one key note here. This is personal preference. I do trim my leader down, as you can see there. I do trim my leader down to 17 inches. That does seem to give me a little more control as far as initiating bites. Now for the actual fish here that I'm catching, I'm going to let these all play out in real time for you in regards to the strike time or the bite time as well as the fight time as I talk over this. And food for thought, a lot of people are saying to use a kayak. Again, personal preference. This is my channel, so I'm going to give you my opinion on the matter. I've caught a lot of perch. Now, this has gone up, as you can see. I'm one click down there, as well as your fish size will vary. And sometimes you might get that random unique, and even a random trophy. You guys will know you'll get a trophy that just runs you out no matter what. Also, a big tip on this spot, if you start having trouble with that thing pulling to the barrier, just fish it the opposite direction. That way, if it's going to pull you in open water, and it will not trap you over there where that buoy is. But as you can see, also make sure that you're paying attention to your trolling motor. Use your trolling motor to your advantage. My big holdup was anybody telling somebody to use a kayak. For me in particular, I'm not going to use a kayak when I got a perfectly good bass boat that has a trolling motor that I can use effectively to keep me, from getting in harm's way, so to speak. Now, again, watch me use the max drag or the real shredding here effectively. Now, you will take this down some. It's all up to you. What I'm just kind of showing you as I'm using this sparingly. Also, if your profit wise, I would assume most of you guys that are trying to level from 80 to 83 to get into the ocean update probably have a quite a bit of deal of money. So if you weigh those odds in your heads, if you're following along with what I'm saying, is a 400-pound perch there. To me, if you're going to make $150,000 on just a 2, 3, 4 unique Nile perch, you're going to offset the price of at least one reel. So if you want to use one reel per 3 or 4 unique, that sort of thing, or part of your reel, as you can see there by the percentage, I'm right there on the next fish, and this is just me kind of showing you these first 2 fish that I'm catching. It's the actual fight time. You can pay attention to how quick this happens as I talk over. But again, I'm just looking for this strike here. And you'll see this works out good. Again, we'll always work these things to the boat. Again, this is an advantage in my head of having a trolling motor versus a kayak. Because if a kayak, let's say you miss and you get a trophy or a common that's going to pull you halfway across the map, then you got to figure in the factor in the time it's going to take you to paddle back over because you're going to be out of position. Again, that's where I was saying I think it would make more sense for me in particular how I'm going to do it. I'm never going to tell anybody else how to do something. I'm just simply giving you just a bird's eye view here of what I'm doing in regards to me if I wanted to come and level up, let's say from 80 to 81, or in this case, you guys are wanting to go from 80 to 83. You guys are ready for the ocean. And some of us, you may not be fortunate enough to get the pack right now for whatever reason, and I understand that. Again, I do have the ocean update, but I did take the time out of my day to come over here and just kind of show you this real quick. Now, another way to do this, as you can see here, you don't have to just destroy your reel, but now I'm going to be a little more aggressive on this one just to kind of show you just the difference. If you're wanting to save time, then you go ahead and shred it down. And as of right now, I can see this one, I'm kind of losing fight again. You're trying to use that trolling motor, trying to get him going back to your direction. Sometimes you might go to the right, you might want to pull to the left, that sort of thing. But that's something I think as you encompass your skills here when you are trying to level up as quick as you can, just once you get him wore out, work him in, and then you might want to, max drag it when you need to. As you can see, this one here has given me a fight, and this is one of those ones, again, situational awareness. I say that a lot on my channel, just even fish for fish, but a lot of people I know right now are experiencing really long fight times. They're upset. They're impatient. They wanted to get into that new map, and I do understand that because not everybody wants to drop $40 or $60. For those you guys that are grinders, again, do the math in your head. You probably got quite a bit of money, so I would say damage in a reel or two. just kind of know what your number is. Everybody's different. How much do you want to, spend canceling out your profit? I would assume more than likely most of you. You can see here, I'm fed up with this thing, but I've already kind of got him more down. So I'm going to be aggressive with it if I need to, since I've already got him, kind of tired out, so to speak. You can, as you watch there, I'm keeping it in the red a little bit, but I'm paying attention to that percentage. As you can see, I want to say I take that down to 79% or so, somewhere in there, and then I finally just get him in. He's tired. Boom. Okay, this is the very same reel. I'm going to go to the next spot. Now, granted, that was a smaller one, but nonetheless, they do fight. Again, that's down to 79%. Now, keeping the same reel and everything on, I'm going to go on to the last spot here on spot number 3. As you can see here, I'm going to be really, really aggressive this time. For the most part. Now, you don't want to get to where you break your entire reel. Again, this is all up to you guys on how you want to do this. But again, if you're thinking with what I'm thinking, is you're still going to make profit. Nonetheless, if you keep a note to yourself. Do I want to damage one reel on this trip? Do I want to damage 2? That sort of thing. Because I would assume you guys have quite a bit of money, and I think I should have showed the clip here at the end. I think I made $180,000 or something. By the time I was done, and I only spent $23,000 to hill this reel. Again, that's for everybody's own opinion on what you want to do there. But as far as time, I think your time, I said this a lot on your channel, when you're on my channel, when you're trying to level up and you're grinding for these sort of things, I would assume that you want to maximize your time more than anything. So with that being said, I doubt a few $1,000s or $10, $20, $30,000 on a reel is that much more important than your time that you're spending leveling up, trying to get in there. So if you want to spend all your time paddling around in a kayak, to each their own. Maybe you got a great system for doing so. I just don't see the time that it would take you to be out of position to kayak, not to mention from going from one spot to the next, short of just skipping and staying in the same spot, catch the one perch. That might be, an idea. If you want to use a kayak, skip from one night to the next, and then go on into and do what you're going to. Again, as I ramble here, but I'm just kind of showing you live here what I was doing here in this clip. And as I eventually hook into this, but you're going to see, I'm going to go from, I want to say 79% down to maybe 36% or something like that. But again, you can use this for yourself, but the max drag is working. However, the big difference is your reel speed, your reel damage is just going to go down at a more accelerated rate. But they did, I think, give you the option. Also, all you comp players out there, I think it's important that we still have this in effect, because we can actually, as you can see here, I hooked that one close, but now I'm going to be really, really aggressive with it. If you're following along with what I'm saying, it's kind of cool that I hope that they keep it kind of about where it is, because if you guys can picture what you're saying, if you're playing in a comp, let's say, I think it's important that we do have this, because let's say you need that clutch fish. You're playing Nile Emperor, you're playing anything. Anything that you need to get that fish in aggressively, you should be able to have that option to do a little damage to your reel and get that clutch fish in when you need it, especially if you're going for a podium and you're trying to qualify in a qualifier. It would be great if they at least keep it at where it is now. As you can see, I was able to get this in. On top of this, it takes me to level 81. Yes, guys, I hope this does help you out. Sorry for the rant, but everybody to each their own. Good luck, guys.